What's up, everybody? It's just Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys the fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting basketball show for you guys today that you definitely want to stick around for. So please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So today we're going to be getting into some little bit of basketball history, and we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm sure it's going to create a lot of conversation on the channel, which is something we always enjoy, because people on this channel, for the most part, are very respectful. I do see we got a lot of people out there who be cussing, and we thank God for the YouTube filter that I ain't got to read any of your nonsense. But anyway, let's get into the topic here. Now, today I was kind of combing through the internet, doing some research, and I came across this video of Shawn Marion. For those of you who don't know who Shawn Marion is and you watch basketball, I suggest you get up to speed with that. And he was asked to kind of talk about the most difficult runs of any team has had to go through to win an NBA championship. And then it reminded me of a show we produced yesterday that centered on some comments that former Miami Heat player, point guard Mario Chalmers, had to make about his time playing with LeBron. We produced that show. Of course, it got a lot of LeBron people in their feelings. But I realized I think LeBron fans actually like our content a lot, because for as much as they criticize the type of content we produce, for whatever reason, we find them here on our channel pretty much every day. And the one that, when they get upset when we produce a LeBron video is when they say another LeBron video. I'm like, bro, why you stalking me? Why are you watching me like that? But we produced that show. It created some conversation. And this particular segment today that we're producing is kind of tied in to that Miami Heat team. So I was, going through the internet, came across this clip. And in this clip, they asked Shawn Marion to say, or to give the most, the team that had the toughest run, in NBA history. And to no one's surprise, he said the team that had the most difficult run was the 2011 Dallas Mavericks. But before we get into his comments, this video is brought to you by sponsor Aura, who's also the official sponsor of the T-Wolves. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards, only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's the sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/dreamerspro. And when you try Aura, by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is we want to play exactly what Shawn Marion had to say about that run, and then we're going to come back and react to his comments. So take a listen to what Shawn Marion had to say there.
Obviously, the 2011 championship team that you had was special, but you guys also beat Kobe Bryant and Powell. You beat a young OKC trio of KD, Harden, and Russ. And obviously Bron, Wade, Bosh. Do you think that's the toughest championship, the toughest route to a championship in NBA history?
Of course it is. It's one of the hardest ones ever. Think about who we went through to beat, because the Lakers was defending champions.
Yep.
OKC, we beat them, but they end up going into the finals the next year immediately. And then, of course, Bron and them was in the finals the next year as well. You know what I'm saying? But people don't realize, the deepest team that year in the postseason was the Portland Trailblazers. They were deeper than us. They had a squad. But we beat them, you know what I'm saying? And that set the tone for us to do what we need to do on that run.
So you heard what Shawn Marion had to say. Now, as someone who witnessed that run of Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks, it was unlike anything I had ever seen. To be quite honest with you, just because of the teams that they beat on their way to the run. First of all, I think in round one, they beat the Oklahoma City Thunder, which had a young Kevin Durant, a young Serge Ibaka, I believe. I think Kendrick Perkins was on that team. Russell Westbrook was on that team. They beat them. Then they got to the conference semifinals, and they swept. Hear what I just said. They swept the back-to-back NBA champions, defending champions, in the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, during that series, I remember watching that series. I forgot what state was I in. I think I watched that series. I think I might have been in New Jersey or New York. Anyway, I don't remember where. And I remember, I think it was in Game 4. And something was going on with that Lakers team. And I just remember Phil Jackson, like, punching Pau Gasol on the chest to wake him up. Like, wake up, wake up, wake up. And I think there was an internal issue going on with that team. And I remember them playing the Lakers. The Lakers went down 0-2, and the Lakers was still very cocky. Even when they went down 0-3 in that series, Kobe Bryant and Lamar Odom and these guys thought that they were going to win that series. And as a matter of fact, they ended up not winning that series at all. And then they got to, they got to the NBA Finals, where they went to go play against where they went to go play against the Miami Heat, right? And let me tell you something, man. When they went into that series, the Miami Heat that season, I believe, had won, if I'm not mistaken, they had won 58 games. And I think the Chicago Bulls had the number one record in the playoffs, that year. So going into that series, the Miami Heat were the heavy favorite. Like, the heavy favorite. Everyone was picking the Miami Heat to win that series. And the Dallas Mavericks were, in fact, the underdogs going into that series. And I think what we witnessed in that series was, I believe it was something that actually cemented Dirk Nowitzki's legacy as one of the greatest players of all time. And in that series, and not even in just in that series, but in the playoffs, Dirk Nowitzki averaged that year 27.7 points per game, 0.6 in blocks, 0.6 in steals, 2.5 assists a game on with 8.1 rebounds. He shot 94% from the free throw line, 46% from the three-point line in the playoffs. 46%. He shot 48% from the field in 21 games, and it was an absolute tour de force for the Dallas Mavericks. And in the case of the Miami Heat, it was a total collapse. I mean, the Miami Heat absolutely collapsed, and that was the year when the Miami Heat had to make a decision on who was going to be the number one option, because that year it was unclear if it was going to be LeBron James or if it was going to be Dwayne Wade. And that team had some issues. And as a matter of fact, we actually put up a poll on our channel before even producing this particular show here, where we asked our audience, we gave them a range of options for them to choose from in terms of what players do they think had the toughest runs. And the question was simply this: which of these players had the toughest road to an NBA championship? We had the 2010 Kobe Lakers, the 2016 LeBron James Cavaliers. We had the Dirk Nowitzki Mavs in 2011. We had the Kawhi Leonard Raptors in 2019. And, of course, we had the Stephen Curry team, which I think is underrated, the 2022 run. And Dirk Nowitzki's team received 58% of the votes. And I think the people on that particular poll probably got it right on the money. I mean, it was an incredible series. So I think that Shawn Marion may be right on the money. So the question is simply this: number one, do you agree with what Shawn Marion is saying? And number two, if you disagree with him, which of these players do you think had the most impressive run? Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and we catch you on the next.